Welcome back to another episode of the Anecdote Podcast. To my left, aka to your right. Actually, sorry. My name is Justin. And to my left, aka your right. Introduce yourself.
Anthony.
Shout out to Anthony.
Let's go.
On the audio today, we have a new face. He's behind the scenes. His name's Ethan Luarca. Shout out to Ethan Luarca.
My guy.
Let's go. We got a live audience. Shout out Nano. Let's go. Shout out Cass.
You gotta clap.
Let's go. But today,
Shout out Bruce.
Shout out
Bruce.
You're not allowed to talk and introduce yourself. But today we got a very special guest. I've known him for 98 days straight. He helps us with the audio. He helps us with content creation because we're content kings. Very good friend of mine, producer, sound engineer actually like with a degree and shit too.
I guess.
Introduce yourself.
My name is Traudi Lacunza.
Clap it up.
I have a degree I don't use.
Me too.
Word?
Yeah.
So Traudi,
It's popping.
new segment.
Brand new whip.
It's called a lightning round.
Just hopped in. What?
It's called a lightning round. So we ask you a question.
Uh-huh.
You have questions in your head?
I didn't even know.
It don't matter. I have questions in my head, and you answer one word responses only.
One word?
Yeah.
How much time do I have?
Huh?
How much time do
Can
I
we
have?
ask anything?
5
As
seconds?
fast as possible.
It's a one-word answer?
As fast as possible.
All right, bro. Go ahead.
Are you single?
Yes.
How old are you?
25.
Ethnicity?
Damn.
Latino. Actually, that's hot. That's it. Latino
Race.
is not in the mad stuff. I'm a mutt.
Where were you born?
Peru.
Where
Why
do
are
you
you in
live?
America?
Why am I in America?
Yeah.
Peru not that good.
Where do you live?
Belleville, New Jersey.
That's all I got.
What do you rep?
What do I rap?
Yeah.
Peru.
What do you do?
Belleville, New Jersey.
What do you do?
Music and audio
What else do you do?
production.
And that concludes.
Yo, shout out.
Nah, man, but you know the usual. This podcast is about our guests. We like to get to know them as much as possible in hopes that their story is relatable to others.
Am I a guest?
You are a guest as actually.
You're always here, so no.
No. You're a resident, bro. You're first class resident.
First class.
All right, so Traudi, tell us a little bit. But I mean, I may know already, but for those watching, tell us a little bit about yourself.
As in who I am?
Who I am. I mean, who you are, what you do,
What do you like?
what do you like, what you don't like.
That's a
How are you here today?
drove.
You know what I mean.
My name is Traudi Lacunza in English. In Spanish, it's Traudi Enrique Lacunza Acuña.
Okay.
You heard?
Get the
Why'd you
fuck
put
off
me?
him.
I was born in Peru.
Yeah.
Arequipa, Peru. And I moved here when I was like 6, right before I turned 7. And yeah, I've been in Belleville ever since. Went to middle school here, high school here. Met you when I was in elementary school.
Yes, sir.
I'm pretty sure I saw you at his house in elementary school.
But we didn't meet.
I probably did.
Isn't that crazy though?
Like, who's that kid balling outside? It's crazy.
Nice as fuck.
Word. You're jealous, bro.
Just yamming on Anthony.
Yeah, man.
What'd you say?
Go ahead.
Yeah, so I went to a couple public schools in Belleville. I stayed in Belleville, and then I went to college, unfortunately, in Fairleigh Dickinson, and then I went to NJIT, and then I went to school in New York.
Unfortunately, college or unfortunately FDU or
Unfortunately, college. I like the view just because I met like some of my closest friends
yeah.
in FDU.
I didn't go to FDU.
Huh? This man's jealous.
These are the Irvington guys that he left us
Oh,
for.
First of all, one of my friends from Irvington. We mad diverse.
Go ahead, keep going with your story.
And then I can't have no friends, can't have no opinions. It's whatever. Yeah, and then to sum it up, that's pretty much. I started going to school in New York for audio, and in the meantime, I was trying to learn about, how to work in the music industry.
Yeah.
I just kind of did it to like find a way into the music industry, which
Okay.
kind of helped.
Yeah.
So I got to work in studios in New York, like work with some pretty big artists and learn a lot from them.
Okay.
But I decided that New York really wasn't for me as far as like traveling every day.
Yeah.
And
It's exhausting. Was it exhausting? Or
Yeah.
Is it the culture, a mix of everything?
I like it's cool if you live there
Okay.
because
Word. That commute was crazy.
bro, I spent at least minimum 3 hours of my day going back and forth.
Where I currently spend 2 hours of my day.
And there's only so much you could do on a train. Like I can't be productive. I could listen to audiobooks and like, stuff like that,
but
interviews.
like as far as hands-on shit.
Yeah.
Like making music.
Yeah, like you can't really It's cool. I like New York because I met a lot of people. I met this dude one time that was from Israel that came and moved to New York
To chase his dream.
to work on music, and he said his family owned like a food cart in Central Park.
That's
And I just met him randomly. He asked me, how does the path work? And I was like, I got you, bro. And then we just started talking. And I was working at some random New York company, but that kind of like inspired me. I was like, you know what, bro, this dude came from Israel.
Yeah. So why can't I come from Belleville? Like, you get me?
Word.
You feel me? Or Peru, the way you look at it. But I mean, from what you just said, I kind of have like two questions.
Yeah.
So you went to college after you
Yeah.
and NJIT graduated with an engineering degree, if I'm not
Yeah.
correct.
It was engineering tech. It was mostly like, it's construction engineering tech.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to know the switch between, okay, I have a bachelor's degree in engineering tech, but I don't want to pursue something in this career. I want to pursue something in music.
I'll be honest, bro. I hated school always. Like
Yeah.
my whole life.
So why'd you go?
Huh?
So why'd you go?
So I don't. Am I considered first generation since I wasn't born here? No, right? My kids would be first generation.
First generation American?
Yeah,
No, you're not.
I'm not.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. So
But,
I
like-
I didn't have really
Yeah.
a guideline for
Yeah, so
what
you-
education or career could
Your
be.
little Traudis are going to be first generation
Little baby Traudi.
Peruvian.
The third,
Americans.
because I'm a junior.
Oh, you're going to name him Traudi too?
Shout out my pops. No,
Oh, okay.
I don't have intentions of it. I have like other names that if I have kids,
Intentions of procreating?
that's not what I meant.
Yo, pass me a quick one.
Yeah, go ahead. Continue.
I'm sorry. What was your question?
So my question was, what was the switch between
Oh,
you dropping, I guess, like your chosen career path for the first 22 years of your life into music?
I think I've always loved music. So even when I was younger, I would always be on the computer. Actually, I remember my first memory of sitting down. We had like this big speaker, a stereo speaker, I guess you would call it,
Yeah.
in my living room because I used to live on Washington Street, Washington Ave, and Element actually. Not ironic.
Yeah.
And
J-Block.
I had a cable headphones that were like this long, so I would just sit next to that stereo all day and just be bumping like 97, the high 97, and just like switch back and forth, like
Yeah.
alternative stations and like pop stations.
Okay.
But
So you always had an interest ever since you were little.
I would not leave because
Yeah.
there's nothing else I could do. I was limited. I was like a foot away, so I would only do my homework there. I wouldn't move. Like even
Yeah.
if I played Xbox, I would just be like right there. And yeah, even like my first couple CDs that I got was like when 10, 11, like they were just like hip hop and R&B. And
Yeah.
even prior to that though, like I know we talk about R&B a lot and like we fuck with R&B a lot, but before that I listened to a lot of like alternative rock
Oh, okay.
and like just rock in general.
Yeah, no, I mean, growing up, my dad was like a big like rock and roll fan. So I mean, I wouldn't categorize them as alternative or whatever, but like just to name a couple bands, I would listen to the Foo Fighters, the
Yeah.
Beatles, and like
That's more like
Green
that's
Day.
rock. That's
yeah,
like
yeah,
rock.
exactly. That's what I would listen to growing up.
Oh, because you're popped?
Yeah, my
My-
dad has a huge ass CD collection.
My dad
Crazy.
that's awesome actually.
Yeah.
My dad didn't listen to that. Well, my
bro?
parents are Peruvian, so
Yeah.
my dad listened to a lot of like música criolla, which is like native music from Peru, which is like a mix of like Native American, Spanish, and African music, like
Yeah, yeah.
combined.
Okay,
And
have you studied that?
I listen to it a lot.
Yeah.
I like it. Like when he plays it, like its rhythm is crazy.
Does it influence-
It's not American.
Does it influence when you produce?
Not yet. Not as of yet. I haven't really tried to like mess with that. I just enjoy it because it feels like home. Like it feels comfortable. You
I
know.
feel that. Yeah, yeah.
And my mom also listens to that kind of stuff. But my mom actually also listened to a lot of like older music, like 70s, 80s. Because that's how she learned English in Peru. She listened to like Michael Jackson,
That's fire.
Prince,
That's tough.
and like
Yeah, that's super
That's
tough.
fire.
like pretty much anything that was big. That's how she would learn.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's always been a part of my life. It was just in school I never did. So I did good in school because my pops would help me out, and he would be like, "Oh, you have to do this. You have to do this." And I think until like middle school, he helped me out. And then in middle school, I was like, "Nah, I got this." Yo, I did so bad, bro. I got like mad. What was it and eyes and shit? And eyes and eyes.
again?
Oh my god.
Not complete, incomplete.
Some shit like that.
Yeah, bro.
eye.
That's not even for your grade. That's for like as far as behavioral like skills.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Bro. Oh my god.
You're a
Shout out
badass
Swap
kid.
Mill, bro, because he helped me get
Swab Neil Meta.
word.
That's his last name, right?
Meta? Yeah. He helped me a lot during study because he would give me the answers a lot.
Oh shit.
And
Full circle.
bro, I honestly think about that a lot because I never did good in school alone. And then my freshman year of high school, I was like, fuck it. Let me focus, not talk to nobody. I
Lock in,
Also,
straight up.
I was like friends with like a bunch of dumb people
Yeah.
when I was younger. I always flipped around because like,
I was your friend.
huh?
Was not your friend?
Yeah, but
That's crazy,
bro,
yo.
you weren't in school with me though. It's different.
Oh yeah, I wasn't in middle school. That's crazy.
And you also weren't there with,
Oh my goodness.
when I went to the school 8.
Oh shit, this is before that.
Yeah, like school 8 and then in middle school is when I did like that.
Oh word.
But
Shaking my head. Alex is a bad influence.
it wasn't Alex, it was other people. That's what I'm saying though. I don't know if I talked to you, but I was always like one foot in one world and the other world.
Nah,
like
word.
that's why I was friends with Alex, but I was also friends with them fucking idiots. Dumbass. And
That's mad funny.
I ended up doing super bad. So my freshman year I decided, yo, let me, focus on school. I got into honors
Hey,
and then I stopped caring.
you just say you're introverted or extroverted?
Antisocial extrovert. Shout out Kendrick. Yeah.
Expand a little bit on that.
It's hard for me to like talk to people if I don't know them. But then like if I get like 5 minutes in, I'm cool. Like I'm just
Yeah.
like, and you know how I am. Like should be flowing.
Everything's a joke.
Yeah, I guess. Nah, but
No, I know what you mean.
I like
know
to
what you
think
mean.
that like even though like I like to make jokes, like as much as intensity as goes into like joking,
Yeah.
I have that intensity with like other emotions.
I
as
see
well.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Word.
Can you expand, like, I guess, emotionally? Like, you definitely change. Every individual has. So, like,
Word.
how far along have you come in regards to, I guess, being in tap with your emotions? Because I feel like that affects your lifestyle and affects your craft.
Definitely.
At least for, like, me. I don't know about for Anthony.
Yeah, me too.
You mean as far as like what's the proper word? I guess.
Sure. I'm not offended.
Shaking my head.
Go ahead.
What's the proper as far as like I don't know what the proper word would be. Being in control of your emotions. Is that,
Yeah, like being in control.
understanding your emotions.
Yeah, but
expressing
like,
them.
as opposed to not being in control, because we weren't always in control of our emotions.
So when I was younger, bro, I had mad issues. I mean, everyone has issues, and I don't
Yeah.
want to call them issues because this has like a bad connotation to it. But everyone struggles with expressing themselves
yeah,
one way or another. When I was younger, though, I had like really bad like anxiety and depression.
Yeah.
And I think looking back on it, I think a lot of it stems back from not being able to express my emotions properly, and not being able to even
like express them out loud or like communicate them.
out loud or through art.
Okay,
Because I think I've always been a creative person. I just never had a proper
you didn't know
outlet.
your medium yet.
Oh, and if I didn't have a medium, even when I was trying to speak, it wouldn't come out. Even now, like I'd be having trouble speaking sometimes, trying to like translate what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And it takes me a good minute, and I'm like, yo, why you
Yeah,
taking
no, I
so
feel
long?
that. I definitely feel that.
But no, I think I've definitely grown from that. Like me and my parents had like a terrible communication, just because. Well, first, I'm not first generation, but my primary language, I guess,
Yeah.
would be English.
Yeah.
But I still feel more comfortable speaking Spanish. It's just that I speak English more. And when you're trying to translate it, especially when you're young,
Yeah.
and it's from a different culture, it doesn't translate
Yeah.
It gets
fully.
lost in-
So
lost in
there's a
translation.
lot of like tension and confusion, and that shit was like a long time.
Yeah, no, definitely. I still to this day, like whenever I say something in English to my parents, because I primarily speak English,
Yeah.
but I fully understand Tagalog.
Yeah.
Sometimes I guess the sarcasm and like the tone and the enunciation is different.
Yeah.
So sometimes I get offended to like shit I say or whatever. you know?
Yeah. And I think it's vice versa too. Like,
Yeah, exactly. And it's
Yeah.
vice versa. It's just lost in translation. Because
Exactly.
my parents are straight like bred from the Philippines.
I think I've grown the most within the last 2 years, as far as like emotionally and trying to express it and trying to
Yeah.
communicate. And patience has probably been my biggest.
So if you mind sharing, what would be, I guess, the best practice for communicating an expression? Like what worked for you in regards to, I guess, taking that stride toward better understanding your emotional intelligence?
Not reacting off your first emotion, like your initial
I like that.
thought. And like, you were talking about Kanye a lot, and I feel like he does that a lot. Like
Kanye.
he just go Kanye. He goes off like the first thing that comes off to his head, and I understand that because I was like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And sometimes you gotta think for a second, like, yo,
definitely.
if I'm gonna say this, are they gonna interpret it how I'm gonna interpret it? And if I say this, is it even gonna come close to what
Yeah.
I want to say?
Yeah.
So I was saying, I guess you said within the last 2 years you've grown a lot. Can you say like the best practices to
Okay.
like your testament saying that you're more emotionally, I guess, stable.
Yeah.
More emotionally inclined now. Like, you
So
understand yourself.
holding off on the first thought and like thinking about what you're gonna do, and then actually just like having a real ass conversation, just a raw conversation. Whatever comes out,
Yeah.
but not. It has to be with somebody you trust. Like if you're just talking to a random person and you're trying to like talk to them about what's actually in your head and it doesn't come off right, then you're
Yeah.
gonna be like, yo,
But don't you hate that though?
what?
Because I personally don't like that.
What?
I feel like conversations, no matter with who,
Yeah.
I feel like they can take a dive deep straight from the start if needed by both parties. Or
I
if
think so,
wanted by
too.
both. But it's just like everything's like so frontal, so surface level, so shallow, in my opinion. 'Cause
Nah.
I hate small talk. in my
I hate
opinion.
small talk.
I definitely
and I
hate
don't
small
mind.
talk.
I don't mind going into like deep conversations. I just feel like not everyone.
Not even like quote unquote deep, like yo, like
But like intentional conversation.
yeah, like
Oh, and that's
intentional,
different, that's
like
different.
mutual. You're both feeding off each other's energy.
That's fine.
Conversation.
Yeah. One of my other things that I learned a lot actually was like, yo, your friends are your friends. They're gonna be there for you, but they're not therapists.
Facts.
Facts.
Giving them everything is like, you should be grateful that they're there to listen to you. But if you're
You definitely have to take their advice with a grain of salt.
that, and they're not sponges, bro. No, they are sponges. They'll like absorb that energy, and then you don't know how they're gonna deal with it afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, let's say you have like a suicidal friend, and like they're confiding everything in you. How are you gonna react if you don't have the energy, or like now you have all that in you. You have that burden. Like for I can't say another word. I don't know what to think about it.
You have the information.
Yeah.
Because it's not necessarily a burden. You get me? It depends how you look at it. Because from the opposite perspective, it's not a burden.
I just think it adds up, bro.
It's a
I
thought,
honestly feel bad. Like shout out to all my friends that ever put up with me, especially when I was younger.
Yeah.
It was fucking wild. As far as like energy, like I still am like energetic when it comes to it, but it takes a toll on people. Energy is energy.
Definitely. Like
Like-
I've been in rooms where like the person was lacking energy, and I felt it
Yeah.
shift. It's like,
draining.
Like it's draining. It's definitely draining. But at the same time, like I can't blame them. If they feel a certain way.
Uh-huh.
You get me? Because they feel how they feel at the end of the day, and I can't influence that, or I can try to,
Word.
but I can't ultimately like for a factual, definitive statement influence how they feel.
Yeah,
At the end of the day, that's you. You get me? So I see both sides.
exactly.
Yeah,
Like Chanel.
yeah.
That's my song. That's my song.
So speaking of, I guess songs and shit.
songs and shit.
Tell me a little bit about the types of artists that you draw influence from, like growing up and even now. Like,
Well, like I
how's it
said-
looking for you? Like, who are your top artists for like sound
Like in general.
in general? Yeah,
In general, so like I said, I listened to a lot of everything actually growing up. So, are you talking about right now?
I want to say current. Just
let's do current. Let's
easier.
do current. Yeah.
All right, I want to say current, but real quick, I want to say that my influences in general, as far as like genres, it would be like alternative or like new metal type of mix,
Okay.
and hip hop, R&B, and soul music, and pop stuff is cool. But that's like I have
Like I
like
said, pop
and
smoke-
Latin
pop
music.
smoke is cool.
Pop smoke, I fuck with pop smoke, and like Latin music, obviously, because
Yeah.
Latin music is just not. It's like a bunch of extra genres that the world doesn't really know. They just sum it up into Latin music.
Yeah.
But right now, I think, honestly, speaking of Latin music, Bad Bunny is probably my favorite artist.
Shout out.
Not even just because it's like party music. I think he's just super creative when it comes to
I feel like he's a barrier breaker,
yeah.
and it's
in
crazy
general,
because he's excelling in a country that doesn't primarily speak Spanish or whatever. Right?
I think that's incredible, bro. I think
Yeah,
I think
but
the
that's what I'm
last
saying. He's accelerating in an entirely different like country.
I think the last 3 years I've seen more people play Spanish music and have no idea what it means.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
know what it
because of
means.
him, huh?
I know what it means.
I guess.
What the fuck you talking about?
But it's just it's crazy to see that. Imagine 15 years ago, those same people wouldn't even try to listen to it.
Yeah.
Oh,
But I
yeah.
think it's because with everything going on with the world changing, that he appeals to a lot more people, and he
Definitely.
makes it's more marketable, kind of like Drake. That's why Drake is huge.
Yeah,
So definitely Bad Bunny.
Trey looking at me. Oh my god.
Drake top 5, dead or alive. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's a joke. That's a joke. I love Drake.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
As far as rappers, J. Cole and Kendrick. It's like a basic answer, but definitely some of my favorite lyricists.
I mean, yo, Kendrick is insane, bro.
You know what's crazy? I think Kendrick's probably one of the best rappers ever, but I would still prefer listening to J. Cole
Oh, you told me that before.
because it has more, like Friday Night Lights. I don't know if you heard it, but that's probably my most
There's a lot of substance to it.
heartfelt.
Yeah.
Like it's like I think I was like 15 when that came out. I was like mentally I was fucked up. And that shit just like every winter out because I would get a lot of seasonal depression on top of everything else going on.
Seasonal depression sucks,
Bro.
It's real.
And then shout out to my sister because she actually got me like a LED light that you put on your face for 15 minutes in the morning. It's supposed to like I don't know if it's what vitamin is it? C? Vitamin C that comes from the sun or D?
D, the sunny D.
Okay,
Come on.
fact check that. But no, I think everyone should get that actually because it's supposed to help you. You know, it replicates the sun, especially
Where's our
when
intern,
you're in a
bro?
lack of sun. Come on, Ethan, what you doing?
Lack of sun.
Yeah, lack of sun. But going back to the definitely J. Cole, Kendrick,
Vitamin D.
Vitamin D.
Come on.
R&B.
What you talking about?
R&B. We were talking about like Division's album. I know you guys don't think it's top 5 this year,
It's
but
a good album.
I think
All right, no. We went through the list. It's top 5 this year, but that's not for me. That's not impressive.
no, for me.
Because there's not that much good music that came out this year in comparison to other years.
Anyway,
In comparison
all
to
right,
other
it's all
years.
good, bro. There's mad music that came out this year, and this is mad
In
good
comparison
music.
to other years.
But, like,
Last
how
2
many-
years been
how-
trash.
But like, how many R&B albums even came out this year?
That's like I'm in the car. Hello.
I'm gonna be honest. Last couple of things I've been listening to, especially today, was The Weeknd,
Pink Salt.
Bad Bunny. What'd you say?
Pink Salt.
What?
What's that song that you just showed me by Peruvian artist?
Echal. What's it called? Fuck.
Pink Dust.
Pink Dust. That song is fucking flames.
Who's that?
He's
He sent it
he's
in
a
the group
Peruvian
chat. I guess
artist.
you didn't listen to it.
You don't really fuck with me like that. It's all good.
How many things have I sent in the group chat and y'all don't even fucking acknowledge it?
I listened to Brandon.
Shout out, Brandon.
What else
Brandon.
did you send?
Exactly.
Exactly.
You know what's
You
crazy?
don't even know.
I sent Orion's son in the group chat.
Bro, that
and I
took
was
me
like,
a
Yo,
minute.
did y'all listen to
You know
this?
that took me. You know why it took me a minute?
Nah,
I
what
said
the-
yes.
But you know why it took me a minute
After
though?
the second time I asked you, bro, come on.
But you know why it took me a
bro.
minute?
I'm the biggest Orion Sun
Oh
fan
my
here.
God.
And I'm top 2, and I'm not 2.
Bro, I'm top 1 and I'm not 1.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
patient
whatever.
0.
2.
Patient
What?
zero.
Yeah. I'm really trying to go shoot with her. I'm not going to lie.
Honestly, she's from Philly.
I feel like we could link.
And the first thing I thought of was, for some reason, I thought of Dante, DCH, because
He's
he's
in-
no, he's not. He don't be in Philly, but he be in PA a lot. And I just be thinking all of PA is Philly, because like,
What else?
out there?
Yeah.
What else is there?
Anyway,
I don't
Pittsburgh,
fucking know.
Pittsburgh.
oh word, but that's on the other side.
Word, true,
That's
true,
like
true.
Midwest type.
Never been there.
Wilkes-Barre.
What?
Scranton. Shout out off the office.
Isn't that? It's PA.
That's PA.
I always forget. I think it's always Connecticut for some reason.
No, it's PA.
Whatever.
Go ahead, bro.
Parks and Rec better.
He really said that.
Yo.
That's a
Cancel
joke.
this dude,
That's a
bro.
separate podcast.
No, I think The Office is better,
Top
but I
5
think
TV shows.
I think Parks and Rec got a sentimental value because I watched it first,
I do like their cast.
and I also like
I do
Bro,
like
The Office is better.
I just said
It is
that.
better. It is better.
The cast is better. The screenwriting is
But
better.
I just said that.
The acting
Why are
is
you
better.
arguing against what I said? I said it's
We're just
better.
giving
No.
props to Parks and Rec, bro. We're just giving props.
Have you watched Parks and Rec?
Yes, I have watched Parks and Rec.
I like Parks and Rec because
This man is
when it
offended.
gets political, it's fun.
Yeah, okay, I guess.
Exactly.
Bro, Michelle Obama was on it.
I can see what you're saying.
Shout out Michelle.
Will Ferrell was on The Office.
I hated fucking Will Ferrell in The Office.
You remember that shit?
Yeah.
The fucking magic juggling.
He's an idiot.
I love Will Ferrell. Anyway, my fault. What was next? What were you saying?
We were talking about top 5 influences, but then you transition into what you're listening to currently.
Bro, fuck it. I'm a Linkin Park, Tupac. Tupac definitely, as far as like in general, how to think, how to act in a worldview. And he only died at 25,
Yeah.
which is my age, which makes me a little sad.
Have you seen all those conspiracies that he's alive?
Yeah, but
You think it's true?
It's very coincidental if you don't think.
I try not to look into conspiracy theories, as you know, as much because it's just like you be going down a rabbit hole. Actually, when I was 13 and 14, I would be going down that rabbit hole.
On
And
YouTube.
you're too young to understand it.
Yeah.
And that just adds to depression, bro, because you don't understand the world and you think you understand it off a couple of videos and nobody's telling you right from wrong. My
Yeah.
parents they're obviously working all day and they don't know what America is like. Don't do it, bro. Conspiracy theories piss me off.
I think like pushy conspiracy theories. I'm definitely interested. It's like very
There's
coincidental.
a few.
Like, all right,
Like the whole-
conspiracy
okay.
Conspiracy theories that are like to the 10th degree, like that believe everything and go into detail.
Oh yeah,
and
no.
believe
That shit's annoying. That's just
And
annoying.
then,
But I'm
if
talking
you're
about
not-
like
Also, if you're not a conspiracy theorist, you're a sheep.
I think
yeah, you just like feed.
And when you say that, I look at them as sheep because you're just saying everything else that say that shit to my face, bro. I got a stuttering problem. It's all good, bro. Yo,
No, because you said sheep, and then you kept saying the sheep, so you're like, shh.
you don't get the wordplay.
All right,
you don't get the wordplay, bro.
For example, you ever see that video on YouTube with Abraham Lincoln and JFK?
Yes.
No.
Where they were
That's
born?
also crazy.
One was born like 1847, other one was born 1947. One had
There's mad
a
coincidences.
vice president named this, and a
yeah.
vice president and
Yeah,
secretary named this. Secretary, it's crazy. And
So-
they were like, John F. Kennedy
got shot this day.
this day, and then he got shot this day, and then Lincoln died in a booth or something, and JFK died or whatever.
He
And
got killed by
Lincoln
Booth.
or whatever. I'm not
Oh,
sure.
Lincoln? Yeah.
So
It's
honestly,
crazy.
I think
Grassy knoll.
there's a lot of. I don't know how to explain. Remember the book I suggested to you guys?
Revelation.
No. What?
Celestian prophet.
Yeah. Celestial
Prophecy.
prophecy.
Celestian prophet.
Is it celestial? Something
It's
like
prophecy.
that. I
I
never
have it on
finished
my-
it. But it's prophecy.
Fact check.
It's also the first word is the one I have
I
trouble
was
with.
right the first time. Vitamin D.
But we were talking about how that basically that book says that there's gonna be a time in humanity where coincidences are no longer coincidences,
The
Yeah.
Celestian
and that we're gonna
prophecy.
realize that. Yeah, you go.
I said prophecy.
Yeah.
I didn't even say anything. I was just saying, yeah, clarifying.
Oh,
I thought it sounded like you
Offended
said.
by everything.
He was saying he was right.
"Hey, buddy."
I've been on edge today lately,
Yo.
bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Had a
Let's
bad
not
day.
talk about that
Had a
right
bad
now.
day. Different topic. Go ahead. There's gonna be time where there's no coincidences.
Yeah, so I think everything. Wow, I forgot to connect that. That's crazy. I think everything happens for a reason, and I think there's no coincidences in this life. Like if something happens more than once to you, if you meet somebody at a specific place, that you have a conversation. Like for example, when I was in New York and I met that dude from Israel, I started reading that book right around that time, and I was like,
Yeah.
this is not a coincidence. Like there's a reason I met this dude.
Yeah.
And I talked to him because we could have just stopped talking after I helped him get the ticket. But he came up to me after, like when we were waiting for the train, and we started talking.
Yeah.
And that's when we had like a real conversation. And I was like, nah, bro, there's no more coincidences. Like everything that you think might be a coincidence, dig deeper and like figure out why it's happening. You know? Not to say like I'm a spiritual guru and I understand everything about the universe, but I do believe in stuff like that. Like I believe in a lot of spiritual stuff, and now more than ever before.
Yeah,
not
no.
religious, but like spiritual.
I can definitely agree with you saying that everything happens for a reason. I think that's how I like to approach like individuals mostly in my life. In
Yeah.
my
We were just talking
lifestyle
about that.
or whatever. Just like I feel like every person I come across has to teach me something.
Exactly.
Not that they're obligated to, but like they're inexplicably gonna do so.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a matter of me, I guess, finding the light on the lesson. You get me? Even if
remember-
it's just like the most trivial things.
Yeah.
But it just varies from like person to person.
That reminds me of The Alchemist, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That book, I think everyone should read that book
I was
like
sleeping on that shit for a while.
3 fucking times a year.
Crazy.
Because you're gonna forget if you don't keep reading it, but it's like a 2-day read.
Personal legend.
And
It's not a 2-day read for me.
it's not. Oh well,
It took me a minute because I was like
no,
distracted and
but
busy.
like actually reading it, like once you get into it, it's
yeah,
hard
yeah,
to
yeah.
stop.
I can definitely see that. I
because
can
it's-
definitely see
yeah.
that. It's so relatable to like anybody on anything.
Yeah.
You get me?
I was gonna say, you remember how about you were I think I was talking to you yesterday about remember how I said that you were like, oh wait, that's like it's too much maybe, or it's like, you know, too I don't know what you worded it
I don't
as.
know. I said too fast.
But then I said, you know, sometimes you just have to appreciate the time you have with people. Like I wouldn't call it like a relationship, like a romantic relationship, but if it's like a 1-day kind of thing or a week,
Yeah.
or if you're like hanging out with somebody for a week, or you meet this person, you hang out, you kick it off, and then you stop talking, like enjoy that for what it is. Enjoy that 1 week relationship. Enjoy
Yeah.
that shit. And that's probably going back to the thing about communication and learning about how to develop emotions properly. I think that's another thing. Like just live in the moment and understand what it is,
yeah.
and not to look back and be like, yo, that was a missed opportunity, or like, was that too much? Just enjoy it for what it is. Like if you meet somebody for a week, fuck it, it's a week.
Yeah, no, that's
If you
all-
meet friends for a week, it's cool.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, it's definitely surrounding the topic of being like just consciously present
Yeah.
all the time. It's
And
not so much like reflective or like futuristic. It's just like living in, I like to say, moments like this. You feel me? You know,
Show the tab, bro.
it's
Show the
my-
tab. Show the tab.
y'all already know
Oh,
the
that shit
vibes.
got double tab.
Y'all
What's
know the
up?
vibes. Y'all know the vibes. But
I think that's the hardest thing, though, right? Like specifically,
it's definitely hard. Like I don't like. I struggle with it. Like looking back on the past, like a lot. That's honestly why I do video and photo and shit like that. It gets me like, yeah, like you said. I mean, I don't suffer from anxiety, but I suffer from depression.
Yeah.
But sometimes I mix between nostalgia, sentimental value, and depression. Like I have trouble deciphering sometimes between the three.
Differentiating a little bit.
Yeah.
That's why, like 2 years ago specifically, when I started making like positive strides in whatever, like mentally and in my career, whatever I wanted to do. My first thing was getting rid of a lot of shit. I guess baggage, you would call it. Just
purging? You were purging?
Purging? Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Emotionally and like physically, and just taking out shit that...
Damn, I wish I could do that.
What do you mean?
Purge.
Like, purge?
Yeah. I place a lot of value into like very like minimal things.
My mother does too.
I'm not like a hoarder, but like if somebody gave me a letter or something, I definitely still have it.
Oh no.
It's crazy,
See,
right?
but I realized that doesn't mean much. Like
it doesn't
to me.
But it's just like part of like my memory bank. You know what I mean? It's like making my memories tangible.
Yeah.
You feel me? Oh my god, that was great.
This man a poet, yo.
That shit was solid. Now that I think about it.
But that's art.
Yeah. But yeah, it's crazy.
Write poetry, bro.
Yeah, because like once you get it out, it's like, all right, let's say you have this memory, right?
Yeah.
And you make a song from it, or you make a piece from it, or you do an inspired shoot from it. You're translating that memory into something else. So why do you keep holding onto the root of that? Because like you're still gonna remember that memory if.
Because what if I draw inspiration differently
from it again?
So like at the time of the memory, I'm a whole different person. I can like dictate whether it's positive or negative or neutral. But like 2 years later, I've grown. You know,
you trying to go back to that memory?
Yeah, and I go back to the root of that, and maybe I deem it positive.
But think about
years later, if I deem it, and then I create something off of that. Years later, I deem it negative. I didn't create something off of that. I just feel like if I have the root of a lot of things, I'm able to create different avenues. If I cut off that root, then I just have to start another one. Start another one. But if I'm just currently working
I feel what you're saying.
on every piece that I have of the story, I feel like eventually I'll be able to be like complete. Because it just makes me who I am.
Yeah, I feel you. I understand your thinking on that. I just don't think I'm like that anymore. I was, and I think, well, you don't suffer from anxiety that you said. For somebody that has anxiety, it's not good to do that.
Yeah.
Because you be thinking about literally everything from point A to where you are right now. And if you're trying to go back to that space to get influence all the time, you're literally going to be stuck midway trying to get there.
Maneuvered.
And then regardless, your brain just going to go in different directions and try to find, like, you're going to be lost.
Yeah.
So I enjoy memories and I, cherish them, but I don't let like things of like physical things claim that memory anymore.
Yeah.
Like, maybe one day when I'm older and I have like Alzheimer's or some shit, then I'm gonna regret it. But like, living, who knows if I'm even gonna get to that age where I'm gonna have Alzheimer's. Like if I could hold it in my memory right now, that's good enough for me. I just don't want to put it into a physical thing anymore because I don't know, I'm not on that anymore.
So is gift giving not part of your love language?
I guess it would be, but not. I enjoy gift giving. I don't
gift receiving.
I don't care too much for gift receiving.
Okay.
Because I don't know.
No, I'm talking about like very sentimental things. I'm not talking about some girl buys me a t-shirt. I'm like, oh my god, I'll keep this forever. Nah, I'm literally talking about like this person.
As far as like a love language?
No, love language.
Oh, in general?
Yeah, in general.
Yeah. I mean, I've had things from like, I don't have anything from any exes anymore. Like, okay. Because I'm just like,
it's in the past.
Yeah, it's in the past. And
how do you feel about that?
About what?
Keeping shit?
Yeah.
Keeping shit? I mean, it depends what it is. Like if I receive it from like a special person or something, I'll keep it just as a memory or something.
But I've had people keep shit from like terrible relationships, and it was like a little gleam of light in the relationship, and they keep that. But then obviously, if you're just thinking of that, your mind is gonna go back and think about the whole shit. So the positive doesn't outweigh the negative.
It all comes together. Exactly.
Huh?
That doesn't happen to me. Just to be clear.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't keep something very, very positive in order for it to shine on like everything else.
No. That's not why they do it.
Yeah.
But like
that happens.
It happens.
It's a byproduct.
Yeah. Like if you imagine you keep something that's incredibly dear to your heart, but it was just like a couple of good moments, and looking back at it, it wasn't a good thing that happened.
Yeah.
Your mind.
But that's what I'm saying.
Maybe not your mind.
That's what I'm saying though. I feel like you deem things differently as you grow. So it's not always going to be negative. That's my only concern. Like in opposed to
as your emotions evolve,
you get me.
Yeah.
As your emotions evolve, you might think this is positive. Like it's crazy because it just switches back and forth. That's my point.
I feel that. I think for me right now,
it evolves. It definitely evolves.
Yeah, it does.
That's very interesting. Like something would be
everything changes
to, like to see how you feel about it years later or whatever.
I think right now one of my most important philosophies is out of sight, out of mind. Like if I'm not gonna see it, especially that's why I be cleaning my room like crazy or like organizing it. If I don't see it, fuck it, it's not there. Sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad because I can't find like something that I really want to do or something that I really want to read. But if it's shit that I have like a sentimental value, like right on top of my TV or something, if I'm gonna look at it every day, I'm always gonna get that feeling.
Yeah,
that was another.
But also, that's another concept of mine. I feel like repetition.
Yeah,
is like it depreciates value.
Father of learning. What?
It depreciates value because okay, so I'm very influenced by poetry and shit like that. Listen to a poem called Repetition, and this guy suffers from a speech impediment.
Word.
So he like stutters and shit.
Yeah.
So he's just like stuttering, but then he gives like metaphors. He's like, oh, you see the sunrise too much, or you see the sunset too much, it just becomes 6 p.m. So just as an example, like our friends, right? We expect them to be there tomorrow. Our loved ones, we expect them to be tomorrow, right? But that's how we subconsciously live. But like if we were to live, I guess, bring that subconscious to light and live as if they're not going to be here tomorrow, I feel like everybody would just be elevated, like in regards to
how you interact,
how we interact and everything, and how we feel about each other and how we express those emotions and thoughts and everything. Yeah. You know what I mean? So just I'm saying repetition, it loses value. Just because like that's how we are naturally built and shit.
Yeah. It's just.
So you saying less reps when we work out is basically what you're saying.
Yeah, fucking 3 reps.
Like,
two reps and we're done.
You mentioned repetition.
I read this book called Atomic Habits. Shout out to Joe for the referral. But it's like
Joe Santagato?
No.
Joe
Buheen.
Oh, he was reading that too. That's why.
He was?
Yeah.
That's my guy. Nah, it's just about how habits form, how to make better habits, how to form habits, and then like what to do like to make it so it sticks and stuff like that. And like a big thing is repetition. Yeah. And like my whole thing, he doesn't. I don't remember if he addresses it in the book or not. But like my problem with that book was like repetition. Like he was saying, repetition.
It is. Yeah.
Like you're just going through the motions at some point. Like I feel like you're acting like a machine.
It's a two-way street though, because you could be repeating the same cycles. You could be repeating the same bullshit. Yeah. And you gotta find a way to twist it positively. Yeah. And I've learned through that in the last 3-4 years mainly. But yeah, it's like yin and yang, you have to find your balance and shit.
Yeah. No, I feel you, bro. I mean, heading toward like I guess last stretch of the podcast, the vibes. But I want to ask a couple questions.
I just want to say I want to listen to the J. Cole right now, bro.
Yeah. No. We got you. But I mean, we barely talked about, I guess, producing and audio engineering. Like, what sparks you in that art? Like, so why do you pursue it? Like, what continues to drive you? Like, what are your intentions?
So this was my my plan. I initially went to learn audio engineering just because I did regular engineering, and it was a way for me to get into music. I thought, maybe that's the way I get, like, technically I could get into there. As far as technically, like, doing audio engineering, like, it won't be that hard to learn. And I'll be able to find a different path into music. Because my goal was just to make music, and if I learn from the ground up, I'm able to do, I don't want to do everything because it's hard for everyone to do everything, but it's important to know a little bit of everything that I
definitely agree with
your art or your work goes through.
Yeah, I feel like it lets you, like,
it lets you let go easier later.
Yeah. It lets you express exactly what you want to express. Because I feel like there's like artists or like producers or something that they started like a piece or a work of art or something, and like they can't. Sometimes I feel like sometimes they're not able to get literally everything that they want, and that's why I think like people who produce their own shit, like and mix their own shit and like or the vocals and all that stuff. I feel like those people are like true artists.
So either your communication has to be like
I agree
impeccable, or you have to learn how to do the basis of it and then communicate, on a technical level, because art is art.
Yeah,
but there's a technical aspect to art.
I feel
the basis, like the foundation.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
music. I feel like there's a technical, like that's a technical art, like photography and video.
Yeah,
that's a technical art.
To get it to what it sounds like, you have to go through technical shit.
Exactly.
So I wanted to learn all of that, and I learned engineering. Recording some friends, and then in New York, I got to use the studios and shit. And through all that, I learned how to produce better. I'm not like the greatest producer, but I initially wanted to learn how to do like a lot of instruments and not hard shit. Like I like trap shit, but I just wanted to learn how to do everything from the ground, like create my own melodies, like learn how to make my own sounds and shit. So I did that. I was able to work in big studios with, I don't want to like name drop, but some of the like
own that shit, bro.
Nah, not yet. But from Jersey, one of the biggest producers to come out of Jersey. What's up, Bruce? So I learned a lot of production, but also like direction, like what an old producer used to do. Like you would give direction, like yo, play these drums like this.
Yeah.
Do the guitar like this. Put your vocals like
It's a balance of like the old school and the new school.
Yeah, like an old producer and a beat maker. Like a mix of that is what I got.
Yeah.
So I really enjoy making music with like a bunch of people, like just
different genres. Like it doesn't matter. Like
and different bouncing around. Just open. Like I'm open to whatever.
Okay.
So that was basically my whole last year creating all that shit, and then I was able to whatever.
Okay, so we made a little oopsies. I'm still your current co-host, Justin Victorio, and my other co-host,
Anthony Nazario.
Yeah, we made a little oopsies where last part of Traudi's podcast on the original recording date was not recorded. So we're still here with Traudi Lacunza. So yeah, man, we were talking about you, and you were talking about how last year you were just experimenting with different genres, understanding different melodies so that you can better become engineer and producer.
Word.
Can you expand on that and lead off into what you were saying originally?
So just to pick up, my goal was to learn engineering, to become a better producer, get into studios, work with artists, other producers, see how they worked. And then I was able to, mostly in New York, it's like the new hip hop sound you hear on the radio, like, the
Uzis,
the little TJs type.
The little TJs?
Oh. In New York, yeah.
That's a big trend. That's a big difference in my opinion.
From what?
Uzi to TJ.
I didn't say Uzi though.
Oh, okay. No. I thought you said yeah.
Oh,
like he's in that group. Nah, he's not in that group.
No, he's not. But that's what it was like when I was in sessions. That's a lot of what I was working on, like
Uzi type artists.
No, like little TJ type artists,
like
up and coming, like young artists that are just like.
I would argue that they have more lyricism incorporated. Like they're transitioning back.
Yeah, but it's still very melodic. A lot of heavy on artists.
Definitely. But
it sounds good, but it's
there's
just
a lot more bars than there used to be. Like,
yeah.
No, not even. I mean, I don't know what you consider old, but
I don't even know who Lil TJ is. Well, I know who he is, but I don't.
Yeah, I haven't really heard his music crazy like that, but
I just heard his Pop Smoke feature.
Yeah, facts.
Shorty like little boo thing. Shorty got the fat. Shorty be catching moves, swings. Yo. I'm not gonna say the next line because that's a little explicit. But
something about covers, right?
Something about covers and something like rubber. I'm not sure.
I wouldn't know.
My memory's foggy. but yeah, I don't know what you consider old, but
Uzi like maybe 5 years ago.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say 5 years ago because that's a huge. I mean, in my opinion, just
it's very different.
Listening to the music, it's different already.
It's different, yeah.
But you said it's still melodic.
Yeah, so more melodic stuff. So that's the stuff I was working in studios, and I was picking up on how these artists like work, like their work ethic and their process throughout making music. And yeah, I picked up on that, and it's not my primary type of genre or subgenre, whatever you want to call it, but I learned how to implement that into, different
stuff. Your own work.
Yeah, different melodies, different harmony. Like even like when I work with singers, like I love harmonies. I love working on R&B. Shout out to Cheryl's because that's probably my favorite person to work with, just because it's fun stacking vocals and like manipulating vocals where you want to put them, and just my favorite genre to work on is R&B.
Yeah,
for sure.
It sounds like we watched a Vox video on Kanye West in his early, like, I guess, all the way up into Yeezus. And they were touching on Yeezus and like graduation and
his production style.
Yeah, his production style and how he does focus on sounds and instruments, but he sees as the most powerful instrument the voice. Yeah. So like they were just breaking down like Bound 2 like in the beginning, like I know you're tired. That shit was crazy. So what you just said reminded me of like that era of Kanye.
It is because the voices, you know, people could sing, but even if you can't sing, we're up to the point going back to technical shit. You could use your voice and make other types of art.
Yeah, I think Kendrick Lamar is like
Kendrick is, and actually his engineer is mixed by Ali. He's probably one of my favorite engineers. And remember when you had was it Disconnect? Yeah, the event, the pop-up?
Yeah.
I went to his event that Sunday and I met him and like he broke stuff down to us. So that was probably like the beginning of the wave of last year.
Okay, yeah, that's around April.
Yeah. It was like April. It was actually April 7th.
Yeah. Yes, April 7th. I remember now.
4/7.
Yeah.
But so right now you know, I've been focusing on like a lot of more audio engineering type as far as production wise, you know, helping with YouTube content, the podcast, obviously.
Yeah.
Other stuff like that. And music, different types of genres. Eventually I want to start making like more reggaeton type music.
Okay.
Just because it feels comfortable,
It's
obviously.
A bop, yeah.
It's a bop, nah. But yeah.
I feel
That's where I'm at.
What about, okay, so eventually you're talking about reggaeton and all that. In terms of...
I just want to say, like, sorry, like there's no one genre. I'm just like, you know, I like all music. So even like rock shit. I'd be listening to rock shit when we run sometimes.
He listens to rock a lot, actually.
And
Tonight.
And I just be thinking, yo, I wish I could play like that. I want to play like just riffs and shit.
I fuck with rock, yeah.
Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
I'm talking about the eventuality of everything. Like, what do you see? Like, where do you see yourself? Like 10 years from now, 15 years.
10 years from now.
10, 15, 10 years, and then the ultimatum, like at the end of your
career,
not quote unquote end, the quote unquote end of your career.
Like short term, I would say.
Is short term 10 years?
Nah, short term's like 5.
Okay,
3 to 5 years. I want to be making consistent money and like living off. I wouldn't say rich. I don't really care about being rich. I want to be happy. Like I think we mentioned that. Just comfortable off of music, selling music, making music with people.
Yeah.
Or I also like production overall. I was talking about like, you know, videos. Just
making stuff,
yeah, just creating shit. Like if I'm able to do that and get paid off of it and live happily, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
But short term, it's mostly audio and music. Just creating my own music, putting my own music out. Because it's the perfect way to express myself.
Definitely, yeah.
I feel like that's just going to be forever. Even if it's not within a business type, you know, setting, it's still going to be, it's going to live forever. Like you were talking about earlier, you were saying, yo, even if I retire, you know, you're still going to do photography.
Yeah,
because it's something you love. So yeah, I feel like that's going to be forever. But as far as like short term, I want to make money off of it and then branch out into a lot of different stuff, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, production overall, creating shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I like that. I can see you doing that within the next 5 years, man. Believe me, I'm your best fan. Your number one fan. Grind.
Oh man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Transitioning into my last question. Not unless you had anything to add. You want anything to add?
Well, he didn't touch on like 10 years.
Oh, 10 years. How old would I be? I'd be 35. Still young though. That's young. 35 is young.
Yeah, but I just can't
Like in
imagine
life.
it. I just can't imagine it.
I can imagine 30. I couldn't imagine 25, bro.
You're closer to 20. You're closer to 30 than you are to 20.
Lately, I've been not fearing 30. Like I don't.
Yeah.
You know, people be scared to be 30. I'm like, bro, it's really young. It's
No,
mad
it
young.
is young, but at the same time, it's just like I'm not so much scared of 30. I'm more so scared of the possibility of my life not panning out how I want it to be by that time. Not the age itself.
Yeah.
I don't fear
That's
death.
that's the problem with planning though. You could only plan so much.
Exactly.
Because like one thing I've definitely picked up on is you could only plan so much, and my life has changed.
It's
So
In a
twists and
positive
turns.
way, but it's had not the way I expected it to go.
Yeah,
You
but
know?
I think everybody goes through that, but there's different types of people that plan to a certain extent.
Yeah, no, it's definitely
life
to have
is-
like a to B type, you know, path. It might like
you going through all those
obstacles.
26 letters, bro, all A B C D until you hit fucking Z. Hey yo, 10 years.
10 years. I actually do want to do a lot of real estate stuff.
Mm.
And I also enjoy like interior design a lot. I wish I actually went to school for that, like right off the rip,
Yeah,
like after high school.
Yeah.
I enjoy that. I enjoy architecture, but that thing was crazy. It was like 6 years.
No.
Yeah, my uncle's architecture.
Yeah, my dad studied architecture.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, something in that. But all in all, it's still creating. It's still the type of art.
Like design.
Yeah, something like that I want to get into for sure. And definitely like, learn about photography a little bit more.
Damn, not videography.
Videography.
Yeah. Consolation. I don't need your pity.
It's whatever.
Yeah. What's up, bro? Do you believe in monogamy? Like, what do you want? Like, you want to?
Oh, like as far as and personally speaking,
yeah.
Like in 10 years, yeah. Do you think you'll have kids? Yeah,
I think I'll have kids. I would like kids. See, but that's one of the things I'm not really like set in stone. Like, I don't want like, I want 4 kids. I want 5 kids. Yeah. If I'm blessed enough to have like a kid or 2 or 3, then let it 10. Be. If I can't have a kid, then
everything's as it should be.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything happens for a reason.
But I think I would be a good father. I think I would enjoy that stage of my life. Hopefully not soon, but
I think you'd be a good dad.
Me too, actually. I mean, he's a little ass kid right now, but
that's crazy.
Geminis
on my own podcast.
We found out recently that Geminis talk.
Not even a Gemini.
What do you mean not even a Gemini?
No, I am a Gemini.
We found out recently that Geminis talk a lot.
You found that out recently. The world didn't do that.
Yeah, I found that out recently too.
So I'm talking about we, okay?
We?
Me and Anthony and I.
Oh, all right.
Come on.
But yeah.
Oh, all right.
But it's funny. I mean,
Aquarius?
No.
Pisces?
Yes.
Gemini.
Whatever, bro. Okay. Last question.
Oh, word. Monogamy. That was wild. You said monogamy. I was like, oh.
Monopoly.
1v1 Monopoly.
Guaranteed.
1v1 Monopoly.
Nah,
that's OD.
Y'all not fucking playing. Yo, you know what's hilarious that I want to do? I saw actually Marley, who was on the podcast before. Shout out Marley. He played. It was on his story or something, or he got tagged. And like,
they were all dressed up and shit, right?
They were all dressed up and shit, like in suits, and they had like wine, and they had like a wine night with their boys.
And they were playing Monopoly.
That shit was hilarious.
Yeah, that shit happened.
When was that?
That's fire.
That was probably
like recently.
Really? Yeah. I was like, yo, that's fire.
That shit was funny as hell.
Hey, yo, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, I'll do that to the winter, but if you're
towards the winter, I'm not wearing nothing.
I'm not pulling up in that tuxedo. You're not wearing nothing. Big. Bruce.
But yeah, Traudi, thank you so much. Last question.
Yeah.
Piece of advice, man.
Advice?
What would you give your former self that would be applicable to? You just taking up our camera time over here.
Move over, pal. Stop taking up the limelight.
Got bullied off the table.
Big boy.
Big body Bruce.
And that shit was funny.
He was like,
hello.
All right, yeah. My last question: what would be a piece of advice, man, that you give to your former self?
Me, younger you,
younger Traudi,
younger Justin,
and then the next Traudi, or the Traudi that doesn't know he's a Traudi yet. He's just like starting off as little Traudi.
My son?
Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
No, I'm up. All right. So advice from my past, like my younger self. Patience is probably one of the most important things. I think I said it, like patience is probably one of the most important traits that I've developed. But I think patience and getting to actually know yourself. You said that before, understanding what type of person you are and what triggers you positively and what triggers you negatively. Because unless you truly understand yourself, you're really not going to go anywhere. You're going to be stuck. You're not going to break all the barriers because you don't know what you want. You don't know where you want to go.
Yeah.
And that all starts with knowing who you are. And that's a journey that everyone has to go through. And I think a lot of people ignore it. I've ignored it in the past and even when I thought I wasn't ignoring it, I ignored it. It was like you're lying to yourself a little bit,
Yeah.
Like actually get to know yourself and find out who you are and what you're made of. And that kind of starts with knowing your family, and not even family, just like friends, whoever you have in your life. Like take a good look at everyone around you and understand who they are and what role they play and how you fit into that, And
I'm looking at you right now.
I'm looking back.
Look at Anthony.
I'm looking at Traudi.
Nobody looking at me.
I just said I'm looking back.
Oh, my bad.
Look back.
This guy.
Going back to what I was saying. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, about advice. Yeah, just,
and multi personality.
Multifaceted and mutable personality. Understand who's in your friend groups and what friend groups do for you and how you fit in. Because sometimes you'll be in it and you'll just be there because you think you're supposed to be there. You're allowed to leave, bro. You're allowed to switch friends. You're allowed to make new friends.
Do whatever you want.
You're allowed to do whatever you want. You're allowed to change whenever you want. You're allowed to change your opinions whenever you want. And yeah.
Don't box me in.
I think that's a life thing, bro. Nobody should be boxed in.
No, that's fact.
Well,
I firmly believe that.
Nobody should be boxed in.
I think
nothing.
some people enjoy being boxed in, though.
There's a lot of people that do enjoy saying what they are.
Is it like, do they enjoy being boxed in, or are they just comfortable? Because I feel like when society boxes you in,
boxed in,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I think 100% of people enjoy comfort to a certain extent.
Most people, you said?
I said 100%.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Like a lot of people enjoy being comfortable.
Day to day.
But are they comfortable? Some people are uncomfortable being comfortable.
It's back to the balance thing. It's not good to be always comfortable, but you don't want to be fucking uncomfortable all walking throughout the day every day.
Exactly. It's day to day.
So it's like a give and take. Back to comfortability.
Push and pull, give and take.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yin and yang.
Yeah.
Where can they find you, yo?
Yo, you could find me in New Jersey. You could find me on social media at Lacunza with 2 A's, LACUNZAA. I think pretty much everywhere. You could find my website, Newark Palace, which is NUARKPALACE.com. So I have music there. I have beats there. And
buy them.
Yeah, you could buy them. Or just hit me up and then we could work together, which would be fire. And for audio services on there too. But, just hit me up. I'm down to work.
Hit that contact page.
Word.
Find me on Instagram at ant.nazario, NAZARIO. Visit our website, Anecdote Productions. -productions.com. Shit, check out my personal website, Anthony Nazario, NAZARIO.com. You want to plug yourself too?
Oh, yeah.
This won't be out before.
This is going to be out the 31st. So
okay.
You can follow me at justin.victorio, which is pronounced Justin.Victorio.
Justin Adriel,
on
get that
Instagram,
shit straight.
Twitter, I don't really care. Facebook, don't add me. Snapchat, it's not used on a low. TikTok,
hey yo.
Whatever. Follow my business at Anecdote.Productions. Everything, all the plugs will be in the bio. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching. This is going to be out the 31st. Big announcement tomorrow. If you made it this far, thanks for fucking watching because we have a big announcement tomorrow.
Word. And I'm going to be a ginger after today. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. And this man going to have coils.
Oh, this man gonna look like Medusa. You.
What the fuck?
You look Medusa.
IO, peace. Thank you so much.
You're a snake.
See, hey, yo.
Shout out Kevin Durant.